Another instance, I mean, I would dare call this corruption with not just Trump, but I've been mentioning on a couple episodes now that this is starting to extend. Trump behaviors and the pathological lying is starting to extend to other people that he's around, whether that's J.D. Vance, whether that's Caroline Leavitt. But the one that I think has been the worst at being a pathological liar has been Mike Johnson. And, one thing that's going on with this whole Epstein case is the discharge petition that we've been bringing up. And Adelita Grijalva from Arizona's 7th District has not been sworn in. And if she were to be sworn in, she's already said that she would be the 218th signature needed for this discharge petition. So my question for you, Robert, is do you think that the Epstein case is playing a role in Mike Johnson refusing to swear her in?
I absolutely do. Look, at the end of the day, Democrats, we're in this huge fight right now on the shutdown. We're trying to protect the health care of the American public. We want to ensure that healthcare premiums don't skyrocket. That's why we're in this fight. While we're here fighting for healthcare, we Republicans are obsessed with not opening the government. One, they don't want to negotiate, but two, it's very clear they don't want the Epstein Files to be released. And to not seat Adelita, who, by the way, the government doesn't even need to be open for them to do that. They can call a quick session, bring her in, seat her, and be done. They're choosing not to do that. It has nothing to do with the government funding fight, her getting sat. She's got over 800,000 constituents that have no representation in Arizona because Mike Johnson is too scared of the Epstein Files. And he keeps changing his story about why she's not sat and this or that. First it was, it's not certified. Well, it's now been certified by the governor. And so what is he actually waiting for? It's really outrageous what's happening to her because of this continuous shutdown around the Epstein file. So I think it does play into it. I'm not sure what Gil thinks, but I think...
No, I agree completely. It is, look, they did it with two Republicans, white men that were sworn in, in a pro forma session when we weren't, in session. They could do the same thing for her. But it is, right? Every week it's a different excuse. Like you said, whether it's, it has been certified. It's like, well, now they want to give her the opportunity, to have her family here. Then it's like, oh, well, she's got to be able to, we want to let her speak, there. It's the whole pomp and circumstance of, and she doesn't really give a damn about it, right? I've talked to her about this. She just wants to be sworn in. She wants to represent the people of Arizona in her district. And get to work, but she can't even hire her staff right now, right? They're holding her back, by not swearing her in, and it's all over the Epstein files, right? It kind of makes me wonder when we actually do get back in session, if what's the excuse going to be then, right? Is it going to be the first thing they do, or is he going to continue to stall, and not let her get sworn in?
Time for a quick message from our sponsors. This episode of Who Dem is brought to you by Elect Dems Now. We all know that podcasts are the future. They give us the chance to connect with our elected officials like never before. That's why Elect Dems Now is committed to helping voters engage with the people who represent us. Supporting organizations that bring us closer to our elected officials is crucial to advancing and advocating for the change we want to see. Whether it's $5 or $50, every donation to Elect Dems Now helps shape our future and ensures a country we can all be proud of. Your support sends a clear message to candidates and elected officials. Connecting with you means connecting with America. To contribute and make a difference, visit electdemsnow.org today. Your donation helps build a world where we are all connected. Paid for by Elect Dems Now, electdemsnow.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Yeah, I don't know if either of you guys had the chance to see Mike Johnson on, I think it was on Meet the Press on MSNBC at the very least. He was getting asked some of these questions, right? And he tried resorting and saying that, well, it's the Pelosi president. Like, she refused to swear people in before. And the commentator was just like, no, actually, like this is the context behind why that was the situation and why this is different. And just watching him fumble and not be able to actually give a solid response, I think speaks to the fact that it's like I said earlier, it's corruption. It's just him trying to do Donald Trump's bidding in whatever way he can and try to make the president happy. So as we wrap up here, I want to ask both of you if do you guys both think that this is going to be the longest shutdown in United States history, or is there a chance that we get this resolved?
The speaker's already said it is going to be, the longest shutdown in history, right? So it means it'll go more than 35 days. People are going to lose multiple paydays because they don't want to deal, with the healthcare crisis that they've created. Like I said, they want to continually kick this can down the road. And like I told you before, right? This fight should actually happen back in March, is when this should have happened. But now's the time now. Now we're doing it now, and so they've, he's got to come to the realization, right, that it is just not going to work. They are not going to. Senate's not going to pass the House version of the continuing resolution, and they need to come back to the table and work with us in order to get it done, right? And again, it's something that Republicans want as well. This is going to overwhelmingly affect their red states and a lot of their districts back home too, right? This isn't like a blue state problem. It's affecting everybody, right? And I think overwhelmingly it's going to really hurt a lot of their rural districts. And so let's just do it now. Do it now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, first, I'm not convinced Mike Johnson really has any interest in helping the American public keep the healthcare costs low. People are going to be receiving those premium increases here in the days and weeks ahead. Let's remember why this is happening. It's happening because Donald Trump and House Republicans would prefer to give tax breaks to billionaires than actually help people with their healthcare concerns. And so Democrats are going to stand tall. We should not give in. Shutdowns are hard and people are impacted. Real people are actually affected. Those same real people have friends and family that need their healthcare costs low. So I'm hearing from people, federal workers across my community and others, that people want us to be in this fight and take on Trump. And that's, I think, exactly what Gil and I are doing. Is we're standing tall with our leader and supporting Hakeem Jeffries and his effort as he tries to negotiate a good deal for Democrats.
And again, like Damian, this isn't just a Medicaid or the Affordable Care Act, right? Affects everybody. Everybody's cost is going to go. Even if you're an employee insured program, how you get your health care, the cost of health care is going to go up for everybody. And so it affects all of us. It affects all of us.
Yeah. Well, I want to applaud you both for, standing strong in this fight, for doing what is necessary in this moment to make sure that Americans don't lose their health care, because it is a real concern. It's going to have real repercussions. And so hopefully Mike Johnson gets some sense knocked into him, or I don't know what needs to happen in order for him to come to his senses and reopen the government. But Robert, I want to thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Who Dem podcast, and Gil, likewise.
Sure thing. Thank you, Gil. Thank you both for the invite, and appreciate it.
All right. Good seeing you.
You too, guys. Thanks.